Let's get going.
Let's go.
All right. We're live.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
But are we alive? Are we living, actually?
That's deep. But who wants to do the introduction?
You do it.
You do
Okay.
it.
Okay, I can do this. I've done this.
Enough breath. Jesus, just get her done, buddy. Come on.
Hello there, and welcome to TapCaf Transmissions, the only Star Wars podcast legally still allowed on this platform. I'm one of your hosts, Corey, joined as always by Mr. Justin of the Eckhartsladder clan. How are you doing tonight, Justin?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. I was just yelled at by you for a couple minutes, but we don't have to talk about it. But I'm happy because rejoining us for the final book in Legacy of the Force, we have Ilkin from Kings and Generals wearing a shirt unlike any he's ever worn on the podcast before or in life that I've ever seen.
Are you calling me clanless?
Yes.
Is that what's happening here? Is it just because
Ilkin of Clan Kings and Generals?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ilkin of
Does
Clan
that mean that
Wizards
Justin
and
has some
Warriors.
kind of Scottish roots and I don't? Is that what you're trying to say?
I do.
No,
I
how
did
would you know
a
that?
23andMe DNA test once, and it was such a waste of money. I was like, there's got to be a little something fun in there. Nope. All white, all the way down.
Okay.
But is it all stuff that would have been considered white in like the 60s?
I think you got to check on the religion for that, don't you?
I mean, not necessarily.
I mean, it's all
like for
Irish.
instance, the Irish
Yeah.
were not considered white, but it happened. It started before the whole religion thing. So
I mean, most of it is from Scotland and Britain.
okay.
All right, before we start talking about fucking blood quantum shit here, we are talking about...
Okay, let me measure your skull real quick.
Tonight's topic is Legacy of the Force Invincible. I haven't held on. Do I have that? I have it somewhere.
Can you go a bit further away, please?
What?
Nothing.
There's books behind me. There's Legacy of the Force right there. I was going to hold up a book for everyone to see.
I think it's
But-
green screen.
We've seen a book before.
I honestly
Thanks, Corey.
think it's a green screen.
Jesus
Look, it's a
Christ.
special moment. We're finishing a series that Ilkin read about a year ago now. Probably hasn't reviewed since
Surely been
we
longer
started.
than-
But
At some point, I was so ahead of you guys. I have read like 20 fan fiction books.
Yeah, you
ahead
finished
of you.
Well,
all the way through
didn't you finish
Crucible.
all of it? Fate of the Jedi, Crucible, all that stuff?
Yeah.
he read through Crucible and then like started messaging us about fan fictions. And this was in
And
July.
you people was so like nonchalant about it. I kind of lost my steam.
About the
I mean-
fanfics?
Well, they are good fanfics. Like they are really written in the same style as the style. Whatever. I'm not
Well,
going to.
We have a $10 donation from Robert saying, I haven't seen the last book retrospectives, but I do know how much I hated Legacy of the Force and how it literally killed the Star Wars EU before Disney even bought Star Wars.
You like my video
Right,
that's coming out after this?
Oh, you're gonna do a video on Legacy of the Force?
Well, I've been doing videos like every 2 or 3 books, kind of catching people. Thanks. You don't watch my shit. That's fine. But yeah, I'm doing one about how stupid the ending of this book is,
That's good.
and how Luke is generally a moron.
All right, so we're going in with you establishing yourself as a hater and claiming that I don't pay attention to your
Well-
content enough. And Ilkin, how did you feel going into the finale? If you can remember how you felt about, I think Sacrifice was the last time you were on through Revelation. What were your Legacy of the Force thoughts?
Okay, so I still contend that it's not bad, but there's so much fluff and so much filler episode type of stuff. Same events kind of happen multiple times. We talked about it, like Luke encounters Jason like 5 different times at least.
Yeah.
and each time is very similar to the previous one, and we get to the same conclusion and the same Luke stupidity from it. So so many lost opportunities to do something fun, basically. But overall, if it was like a 3-book series, I think that it could have been on the level of the perception would be on the level of Front Trilogy, honestly, because it's not bad at all.
Well,
There are fun battles, there are fun dialogues, there's fun story beats, some character progression, etc. But like too long, too over long.
yeah.
Do you think it's the
I will
length
say
that holds
I
it
don't
back?
I don't
though?
hate it either. What? Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Do you think it's the length that holds it back? Like the
We are kind of gonna talk about it with the next series. Hopefully, I'm still invited, even when I don't accept the invitation. In the next series, in the Legacy, I know that it's overhated, etc. But like, there are very many more different, varied story bits in that one. Like you have a change of pace every book, every 2 books. Here, the pace is kind of similar. Jason is trying to consolidate his fleets. More and more people are against him, etc., etc., etc. And like the conclusion is at least 3 or 4 books stretched, I guess.
Yeah. I think Revelation really kind of shows some of that, at least, where it's supposed to be the big reveal that that Jason was the Sith Lord, and then it turns out everyone already went into the book knowing that, or speculating heavily. So, I mean, I don't think the length is a problem. I don't think they did as much as they could have with the length. And you really feel, I think, especially compared to New Jedi Order and even Fate of the Jedi, that this was written by 3 different people.
Yeah. This was just weird because so I forgot that Jaina and Kaitis have a battle before their final one. I was like, damn, they're really gonna kill him halfway through the book, but no. Even though that was probably the more interesting battle. I don't know, in my memory, I remembered it happening with, like, around the Moffs, but obviously it doesn't. And then she kills him. I find like there's not nearly enough attention placed on like how monumental that would be for the family and how she should feel. And then the war also is ended in like 5 pages.
Yeah. So essentially, the plot of this book, for those of you who are following along but haven't read them, there's 2 main battles in this book. There's the Battle of Nickel 1, which is the home of it's the home of the Vrat or the
Verpine.
Roche people.
Roche people.
Roche people.
Bro does not know.
No, Roche people. ROCHE.
You used to live on Nickel 1, I believe, didn't you, Corey, in your old apartment?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Before
live
you got
with
a
the
house.
Roche people. But they've got their alliance with the Mandalorians. After the Battle of Fondor, some shit happens. Dala and Cha Niathal are out there somewhere doing stuff. You barely hear about them anymore.
I fucking hate Dala. She's so stupid, man.
I've got my 17-minute Dala biography coming out after XKCD's comic. But yeah, so you go straight into the Battle of Nickel 1 here. The Imperials are like, they literally have bug spray. The main Imperial thing is that they have bug spray in these books. Jaina goes in, fights Jason. Luke is losing focus during the battle. Everyone's like, what the fuck's he doing? He's projecting himself over Jaina to make Jason think that that Jaina is fighting himself, Luke. Everyone gets away from that. Some people are missing some limbs. Murtagev, Boba's granddaughter, is captured. And
She breaks her back.
Everyone goes, takes a 5-minute rest. Then the Jedi get hunted down at their new base in Hapen Space at Shedumad. And you have the final culmination of all their training. Jaina kills Jason Solo, slices him up a little bit, 5 minutes after Jason kills his soldier. So pouring one out for 2 members of the Hapen royal family.
On his way with the body down to like toss him out.
Carrying the body on his way to also warn Tenel Ka that someone's coming for them. So Jaina's probably coming up to Jason holding the head of his soldier by his hair. He's like, wait a minute, I'm helping Tenel Ka.
It's like, where do you imagine the final battle of this book on the bridge of the Anakin Solo as ships crash in the background and the Jedi base in the distance. Turbo laser, no, garbage shoot, basically.
In
And the thing is, he doesn't even need to kill Isolde because like it's DNA, right?
Yeah.
It's out there. Like
Yeah.
they don't need his blood anymore. They don't need his genome anymore. It's in the computer somewhere, right? And he still kills him.
And also, like, killing someone doesn't, like, yeah, exactly. He was lying on a mat. Like, I'm sure they dropped a couple skin cells.
Yeah, like Jason is so
Out of
whiny
it.
and over the top here. It's unnecessary. It's all unnecessary. But
Yeah.
you can really tell that you're no longer in Karen Travis's book anymore because, like, 5 minutes into the book, there's like lines about how Jaina is better than the Mandalorians at some stuff, and it's a big tone shift.
Well, yeah,
Which
she
wasn't allowed to be in the last book, right?
Well, I mean, she is, but yeah, like she has the opportunity to kill all the Mandalorians, but she doesn't. Like when she's infiltrating the base, they're like breaking in through a turbo laser, and she's like, "Yeah, I could have killed them, but I didn't." So
Luke uses
no
the
one's a Jedi at this
Mandalorians.
point. Like no one is a Jedi, like at all.
What
Like,
do you
yeah.
mean? Like, what is a Jedi? Can you explain?
Well, Luke, Corey was just about to say, like Luke basically uses Mandalorian corpses to facilitate the first attack on Jason, where he tricks Boba Fett into sacrificing a ton of Mandos for, I don't know, feels like no reason to me.
Like he tells Jaina, hate is bad, but also, you know what sucks just as bad? Love. Kill
And
his
and
ass.
also, there's no chance of your brother coming back to the light side. Who is my father again? Don't worry about it. We're not going to talk about that.
That's the thing that kind of gets me, where like the Jason is apparently so much worse than Vader because of killing Mara, right? Like that's the only, like Vader did all this fucked up shit too. It didn't impact Luke personally as much. Vader,
He's like, I didn't really like
worse
Uncle
than
Owen on
Jason.
Peru anyway. Uncle Owen on Peru, no.
Like if I'm making a ranking of who's worse than who, I feel like Jason is probably not worse than Vader yet. He's more annoying somehow, but
I think what's different about Jason and Vader is Vader was, I guess you could say, more manipulated by Palpatine. I guess Jason was manipulated by Vergere and
Was he?
Lumaya, but not really.
a little bit.
Yeah.
If you want to be manipulated, it's not called manipulated anymore, you know? Like,
Yeah, I
clearly
guess you
asked
could
for
say he
it.
was fucked up by the Yuuzhan Vong, though.
Eh.
Because old Jason would have done it. But yeah, like it makes no sense. Like, I don't know. That's one thing that I like better about Kylo than Jason. And I do really like the character of Jason, but like they completely give up on his ass.
I think it's
Like,
such a quick
you run-
turnaround from knowing he's a Sith to him dying. I feel like he should have been, especially when they go into Revelation with everyone being like, yeah, he's a fucking Sith. Like they should have just had that come a bit earlier, because there's such a feeling of treading water between the official announcement and him like killing Mara. Ever since Sacrifice, everything's felt kind of like it's in the same spot.
Yeah, where I do like how he gets a little crazy. Like that, like they should have had him be, Dark Jedi, or not Dark Jedi, but like they see him falling, and then him being a Sith should have been a really big thing, and then him becoming worse and worse should have been something they focused on, I think, better than they actually did.
Yeah. Like he's also just stupid. Like Jason is stupid and whiny in this the whole time, and it's
Well, the problem is
it's
it's not only Jason who is stupid and whiny. Luke is very stupid and very whiny too.
Yes.
Like somehow he's stronger than Jason, which I don't like. at this point, Jason is probably better trained than Luke. Not the same experience, not the same level of experience, but at least we know that he has extra knowledge that Luke probably doesn't have.
Mhm.
So
I don't mind him being stronger, but
I wouldn't
I
mind
see your
them
point.
being on the same level in terms of strength, you know?
Mhm.
And then Luke discovers some kind of secret power where he can stop Jason from seeing the future.
Well, he's basically like sending him bad vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's interfering with his visions, and like Luke's putting his whole day into making sure whenever Jason looks in the future, he just sees Luke.
You guys know my theory, right? Both of them are have just one ejaculation in their lives, so they kind of are kindred spirits. I'm sorry,
Not Han, though.
not Han.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I do
Oh.
like about this book that Ilkin said he was going to fight me about like months ago now is that all the chapter openings are jokes from young Jason.
I like that too.
All right.
Some from Young Jedi Knights, mostly made up by Troy, but
Some
Let me
where
have it.
he's just fully racist. by
yeah,
the way.
there is a lot of racist jokes in there that he has. It's not the kind of thing that
He's
he
like,
should be
"What do you
tweeting
call
out."
the most useless species in the galaxy? A Gamorrean." Like Jason,
Pretty
that's
much.
racist as fuck. Like there was a Gamorrean in Wraith Squadron, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, racist dickhead.
So I'm not gonna fight you physically, but let me make my point. I think they really try to like humanize him at the end, and basically the way they portray the battle between the fight between Jaina and Jason is that without Jason sending out warning to Tenelka, Jaina would not have won the fight against him.
I don't
I
know
really
that
get
they try to set it like that's why he dies in that moment because Jaina, like what
She's
Jaina's
won.
thinking is Jason knew he was dead. Maybe Jaina could have also been dead too in that moment. Any chance that Jason had to defend himself, he gave up to contact Tenelka because he's like halfway through the Black Knight fight in Monty Python. He's missing an arm, missing a leg. He's like
And he never gets a robot arm. Like
he's got a foot flopping from his tendons being cut. Like he's not in good shape. So I don't think it's going to be like, oh well, Jason would have won if he hadn't contacted Tenelka, but he wasn't fully dead yet, and he might have been able to do some damage to Jaina on his way out if he had been focused more on the fight. But instead, he took his last chance to contact Tenelka and Alana.
or even like defend himself for another minute or two.
Yeah. Especially when
He's like,
going into the fight, he was so sure that like, no, that couldn't have been Jaina I fought on Nickel 1. That must have been Luke. Jaina's not that good. He's a cocky little guy.
He sure is. Yeah, it's I do like the battles. They're fun and they're brutal. But it is a bit weird how I like for me reading the second one, it's never really in doubt because Jason at that point is a complete mess. He never repairs his arm. He was also shot in the torso several times. And Jaina's pretty much fully healthy and she dogs him. She really just dogs him.
Well, it's funny because you get the whole talk between Jason and one of his underlings about how modern medicine is so great. If I cared, I could put that arm back on, but I'm too busy.
Like maybe you should do that. Maybe you should put your arm back on before assaulting the Jedi base, perhaps.
I do think what you're saying, though, Ilkin, kind of gets to the problem that I have with the books overall, which, like, we've generally praised the moment-to-moment just experience of the book as we've gone through, like all the books. We've rated them fairly high individually, but the characterization really suffers. And like, there's more to Jason in this book that I feel like could have existed in the prior few, because I think Revelation and Inferno are peak like jerk ass Jason. Like he's not trying to do anything. His whole idea of things being for the greater good are gone. And I feel like it's more believable to have a Jason who's on the dark side because he's so deluded into him doing the right thing rather than just the pure power, evil, I'm just kind of an asshole that we get. And like I think we see glimpses of that here more so than we have in the last few books. But the thing that really stood out to me as just a kind of emblematic of some of the characterization issues is Tahiri, where we could, like, Tahiri goes to the dark side too, and we could have had more exploration of what her as the Sith apprentice experience was. Instead, we had the Boba stuff. And like the Boba stuff I'm fine with on its own, but it doesn't matter for this story. It doesn't. And it's a third of the series. And instead we learn nothing about Jaina until last book. Nothing about Tahiri ever. But we have Tahiri saying shit like, the Skywalkers and Solos are a family of assassins and murderers. Like, why do you, like, no one believes anything they're saying in this series. Why would Tahiri think any of that? Like, she's with, as far as we know, she's with Jason because of Anakin. But like, there's nothing that Jason ever tells her that would make her think this about the Solos and Skywalker. She just goes full on assassin mode for Jason. The only thing she has done in this series is assault Ben in a way we will maybe talk about later, but they should not have included that. That is not necessary for this. And it happens a bunch. Like the twins are also kind of in that direction, but there's also her killing Pelion. Those are the two things she's done. And she wants to talk about assassins and shit. Like, come on, Tahiri.
Yeah, this book as a whole was like weirdly like horny in a really weird way. Like it starts off.
She tries to seduce Ben, right?
What's that? Yeah, but that happens. But even before that, one of the earliest moments is like Leia making a joke with Jaina about like her wanting to have a gangbang with, or I guess a threesome with Zek and Jag.
They do put a warning that it's going to be weirdly horny though on the book, Justin. You can see it.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, you can see it right here where it says Troy dead.
Like that part about her like being basically drunk. She's not, but she's out of her mind because she's so
a drug addict, right? She's a drug addict at this point, right?
Jaina, no,
not Jaina. Sorry, Tahiri.
Yeah,
no. I don't know if she's ever on drugs, but Jaina after she
drug
fights
of
Jason,
Anakin's flow walking, but
after Jaina fights Jason, there's a joke about, or like her parents say that like she invited both Zek and Jag back to her cot with her. Like, why? Like, why is that in the book? Like, it's really weird and really uncomfortable, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I don't think Star Wars needs to be devoid of sexual themes, and I even think that you can have like a carefully handled sexual assault plot if you like that. We kind of see that in Andor. But what we get here is not that. It is a 30-year-old sexually assaulting a 14-year-old because the author, frankly, seems to think it's kind of hot.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's never portrayed that way. Like, it's portrayed as something Ben would otherwise want, but he'd have to give up information for it.
Yeah, and like he's flirting with the Zell sisters later, who are similarly not quite as much older, but
still, they're still old. Like, he's 14 in this. I was like, I couldn't remember. I was like, is he at least 6? No, he's 14 years old. And like, there's always jokes about him being watched in the shower, and like Tahiri. So for those who haven't read it again, Ben gets captured early on when he's trying to meet Shevu to get information about Jason, and
completely unneeded.
What's that?
Completely unneeded capture, by the way.
Yeah, it ends up being really, he just escapes and finds. But anyways, so Shevu is killed, which Shevu is one of my favorite characters in the series. I really like him. But Ben is in prison for some amount of time, and basically Tahiri, who is the Dark Apprentice by this point, comes in and she starts putting lotion on his bed sores, and she puts her hand down his boxers basically and around to the front near his 14-year-old wiener, and is like, yeah, like, oh, I'm sure there's a much easier way to get this information. And it's like, why is this happening?
Yeah, and it never. There's literally a whole trial for Tahiri coming up, and this doesn't come up. So
I think Tahiri is much better in the Fate of the Jedi. To be honest, like she's a fun character there.
I think a lot of
Especially-
character work in
Kind
Fate
of
of the
like
Jedi is
Ahsoka
better.
character.
Especially in the second half of the series, she's very fun.
And I think they undo Han and Leia having a black kid.
Yeah, so this was something that I had never caught while
Right
reading
as if
this
she's in a
before.
fucking Charles Dickens book.
So yeah, at the end, the Moffs are trying to get Tenel Ka and Alana killed. They kill like a bunch of other people on Tenel Ka's ship that are related to them. They don't kill Alana, but everyone thinks Alana's dead, including the Solos, until Tenel Ka pulls Han aside and tells her. And then Tenel Ka decides the safest place for Alana is with Han and Leia. So they put her in disguise. And yes, the people who have had their kids kidnapped the most per capita. But she ushered a nervous-looking child of about 4 or 5.
Look at them.
in.
All of them grew up to be normal, right?
Yeah.
Ilkin,
Yeah,
all of them didn't even grow up.
Imperial Empress, dead child 1, dead young adult. Evil.
Dead Sith Lord.
Yeah. He's so bad, the Wikipedia article has his evil name. Anyway,
yeah,
read the
Alana
freaking
ends
bit,
up
please.
with a swarthy complexion as her disguise, which Justin Trudeau tried that, and people noticed.
A swarthy complexion, and isn't she is said to have like short curly hair or something too?
Short cropped black hair, but nice
Cropped
crop.
hair, okay. Yeah, so she's So basically, they put her in blackface.
Yeah, it's not.
And then
good.
I assume by Fate of the Jedi they've dropped that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pictures of her later, and that was never depicted.
Yeah. Wow, your kid looks a lot like a black Jason Solo. That's weird. Troy, what are you thinking?
But we've talked about this a little bit, but we do have the second question from Joel we'll do first, with a $5 donation asking, in hindsight, was making Jason Solo a Sith Lord a mistake, or was it just the execution that people hated and not the concept?
I don't think people hated any of it, really. I think people were frustrated because it was another Solo kid down, I think was the biggest. Like, that's the complaint I see most often, that they lose two kids.
I think they wanted to go to the next generation, but at the same time, they didn't have any other idea but to make someone a Dark Lord.
Yeah. My biggest issue is more the execution than the idea that Jason would have gone to the dark side. I feel like once you make him a Sith Lord, he kind of has to die. But you could have had also a dark side story with him that doesn't quite go to this extent and then ends with some kind of redemption. And a redemption that doesn't need to have him die. But I do agree that there was probably a good amount that was just upset that one of the Solo kids died after one of the Solo kids already just died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it's not kidnapped anymore.
That's true.
He became the kidnapper.
And it sucks because I like the quotes highlight. There's a lot of, we have emotional connections to this character. We've been following him since both Jaina and Jason in a variety of stories, both serious and less serious, since they were kids, all the way back to the Jedi Academy trilogy. And I wish most about this book that Jason's death was treated more with more complexity. Yes, he was bad, and yes, he's gone, but we don't have a moment even of Han losing his second son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he is still that kid, and that's why I do like those interlude or those chapter. What did you call them, Corey? Just like quotes.
I just said introductions, I think. But
yeah, any chapter introductions. Yeah,
epitaphs, epigraphs, whatever one doesn't mean.
Yeah.
And
we get a bit of Jaina where she again Force pushes fucking Jag. Like, she is such a bitch to Jag. I'm sorry for using a gendered insult, but like, she force pushes that dude into so many walls. She does it again in this one.
Yeah, that's true. Headers. Yeah, I don't know that Jaina, I feel like, loses out the most in this series, aside from the domestic violence that she commits against Jag. Like, she's so barely present. You see her reaction to so little. But
And then she's there.
And again, it just gets back to so much time being spent on Boba Fett. Like, why not just let Karen Traviss write a Boba Fett trilogy that isn't interspersed like the choruses in the Captain Jack Sparrow song by Lonely Island in the middle of a 9-book series?
I don't know. It's a great question. It's a great question.
So the thing is, Luke's entire premise of not killing Jason is that he will go to the dark side. Like, when you remember New Jedi Order, you kind of have to remember that Jaina was probably closer to the dark side than Jason.
Yeah, she did.
Than Luke, you mean?
She did get pretty nasty back then. Yeah, than Luke. Yeah, or even Jason. She is closer in the New Jedi Order than Jason too.
Yeah, it's always been kind of funny to me that, like, the resolution to Jaina having a brush with the dark side is mostly just, we don't find this plot line particularly worth pursuing. Nothing fundamentally changes for her.
Well, in the next book series, they're going to have planned assassinations across the galaxy. So the Jedi kind of stop worrying about that stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Where they like pop at events, like fucking Hitman style, and kill all the Sith.
Well, I think it all kind of just shows the problem that they're having maintaining Luke as one of the main characters. Where in both NJO and Legacy of the Force, the only way they don't have some of these problems solved immediately is by having Luke think, what if I become the monster? Like, he wipes the floor with Jason 2 or 3 times, but doesn't kill him in this series. Partially because it's like, it'll be worse for the galaxy if I do it.
That's the thing, though. Why do you kill him? Like, if you are so much stronger, just contain him somehow. Just cut his arms. I don't know. Put him into, like, a prison. Do something. Like,
do what they do to Raynar. So then you can still, like, at the start of every Fate of the Jedi chapter, you can have all these conversations with all the characters. Jason doesn't have to contribute to the work. He can just be chained up and have a little quip at the start of these chapters. They're slightly more racist now after he's firebombed Kashyyyk, but...
Who hasn't?
Like, it's hard to... It's hard to... They're so afraid of not having Luke be the best at everything, because if you do that, if you have Luke sound like he's not the best at everything, people get upset. But if you have him around and you don't want to kill him, and he's the best at everything, then you have to come up with the moral quandary of why it's okay for everyone else to do something, but not Luke specifically. And luckily, his wife gets killed, so they have a solution to that problem for part of it. But
yeah. Well, speaking of Luke, let's talk about the phenomenal decisions in running the galaxy made by Luke and the Jedi Order towards the end of this book. So the war has progressed. The GA loses most of its will to fight with Kaidus dead. Luke decides, listen, did the Moth Council just, for one, genocide an entire species on the Roche asteroids? Yes, we're not going to worry about that. They're bugs, for one. Who cares? Did they not just try to kill the Hapen Royal Princess with a bioweapon or a nano weapon they still have access to? Yeah, it's not really a big deal, though. Did they not once just fully break apart from the trusted leadership of Gilad Pelion, their most senior and legendary commander? Yes, they did that. Are we going to punish them? No. What are we going to do? We're going to put Jag Fell, who's never run anything in his life other than a starfighter squadron in command. Day one, the Moffs are already plotting against him. And while that happens, we are also going to put the Galactic Alliance under the command of Natasi Dala. And what has Natasi Dala done in the past? Well, she openly hates Jedi. We'll see how that works out in the next series. She, the first thing she did when she was reintroduced to the galaxy in the Jedi Academy trilogy is, if I remember correctly, she basically glasses several civilian planets with like 4 Star Destroyers or 3. She gets one ran through. She then kills a bunch of Moffs, and then she tries to exterminate the Jedi on Yavin 4. So we've got the Empire being run by someone who the Moffs are clearly going to try to undermine, because they tried to undermine Pelion, of all people. And then we've got the galaxy under the control of Dala. And like, obviously things go very, very badly from this point. In the next series, we basically get another mini Order 66 with the Jedi Temple being sieged. And it's like, it makes no sense, because Luke's rationale is we need the Empire to make peace. You absolutely do not need the Empire to make peace, by the way, because you've essentially been not allied with the Confederacy, but working with them. The enemy of our enemy is my friend. Like, the Confederacy does not want to fight anymore. It's pretty clear. Nobody has very many ships left. No one has very many planets. Plus, everyone was really close to making peace before Jason fucked it all up. Yeah. You don't need the Empire to be strong. I think the Empire has probably lost some of their privileges based on how they've acted in the past, like, 3 months.
3 days.
Yeah. And Han is the only one thinking. But I was like, yes, like, because Han is pissed. He's like ready to shoot one of them. I was like, yeah, Han is going to step up. He's like, no, we shouldn't. I was thinking, he pulls his gun out. No, he doesn't want to work with these guys anymore. He's the only smart one. No, he just wants to kill a few of them because he's angry about what he thinks happened to Alana. He doesn't actually find the prospect of siding with these Imperials improper.
Yeah, like there's
it's just really dumb.
None of their political goals stand up to any amount of scrutiny. Like, first off, appointing an interim Galactic Alliance chief of state seems unnecessary when the emergency period is over. Like,
yeah, let's have an election maybe for the first time, and
then Lando can falsify them against.
Yeah, like, and there's Talon Card, Lando Calrissian, good old fashioned election rigging in the New Republic style. Dala, like, she's not even a fucking senator. She doesn't represent anyone. The only experience anyone in the Galactic Alliance has with Dala is on the Imperial side, getting killed by her. On the New Republic side, getting killed by her. Like, how did they get to the conclusion that she's the only choice everyone could agree on, believe it or not? And guess what? I don't.
Into Legacy of the Force, we've literally never seen Dala win a battle. She does sort of, but like every single battle, other than when she's slaughtering civilians we see her in, she loses. It's like, Dala was the only one everyone could agree on. Excuse me?
I think she gets underrated as a military commander. She loses a lot of her soldiers, that's true. But a lot of the other stuff she does, she wins unless the Force gets involved. But that's irrelevant. That's not political experience. Like, Dala is not a uniter, other than the fact that she like gasses people to unite them. That's a thing. Because like the choice is apparently Trace Crefet as the obvious choice. Why is it gotta be a military guy? Why is it always a military guy? Can't there be one politician that gets written as as something aspirational? And people, I called this out. And people got mad at me because like, it's actually like real life too, because bad people exist. But Star Wars makes this conscious choice to always have the military strongmen leaders be the good guys, fighting against every politician, including the elected ones, where they're all just intentionally written as bad people. Sometimes the military strongmen are also bad people, and you could easily choose to have a nicer politician. What?
One might say the military strongman is often the bad person.
Believe it or not, yes.
Yeah, and it's just like, even if you do want the military strong, like, why Dala? Dala relinquished her command to Pelion and then disappeared. Like, Where were you during the Yuuzhan Vong War? Like
She was helping.
She
She was helping in that.
allegedly, but like there's gonna be a slur for someone like her who like doesn't fight the Yuuzhan Vong. Like she's supposed to be like helping behind the scenes, but like if I'm a Dala hater, I'm buying campaign ads that say where was Dala during the Yuuzhan Vong. Some say she's actually a Scarhead. Why is she wearing that thing over her eye? Yeah.
Well, if I'm Hellion, though, and I have this secret Urmanu naval code to bring Dala in with all of her forces whenever I need it, I'm probably choosing the Battle of fucking Bastion when I'm floating in a Bacta tank and people are trying to overthrow me while we're getting invaded. Not, I've agreed to go and help Jason Solo invade Fondor.
Yeah, like yeah, the Vong just turned the planet next to you into a swamp and eradicated all life. Like, do you want to? Like, yeah, I could use some fucking help here, Dala. Please bring me your Venator Star Destroyer that you've been holding on to.
All right. Well, we have.
I still don't know why they made that decision. Like, I remember reading it for the first time. I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, something like that. Made no sense then. Makes no sense now. Why?
Nobody knows.
It just be like that.
Can we ask to Denning?
You could. Got a lot of questions I gotta ask that guy.
We could probably get him on the podcast. It's just we have to be nice.
We probably actually could, yeah.
We'll do it.
I don't really want to.
I'm sure.
I'll be real with you. I don't really want to talk.
I mean, a lot of those choices aren't just Troy's, and that gets to the third question from Joel with another $5 donation. Thank you very much. Asking, why was Troy Denning allowed by the powers that be to kill off characters like Mara and Jason? And I don't think it's fair to lay that at his feet necessarily. Like those were all team efforts, and it just happened to be like it was in. Sacrifice was by Karen, right? No. Yes.
I can't remember. Either way, like whether it was or wasn't, it wouldn't have been surprising to the other authors that it happened.
Yeah, like that's just where things ended up. And like the thing with this era is that they were kind of all over killing characters from NJO on, where it was kind of just the thing to do. And I don't fundamentally think that's wrong, even if I disagree with the execution in a lot of cases. But yeah, like the editors were on board. I think the person most pissed off by it was Timothy Zahn, because just statistically, most of the characters were introduced by him, because he's the only one that people would use the characters from in their own work.
What are you talking about? We got Dala in this book. She's been apparently in the soup for 20 years, but here she is.
Yeah, that's true.
30
Lumaya.
The very next book, which I think takes place like 6 months later, something like that. Luke is like, why did I decide that 3 Imperials ruling the galaxy is a good idea?
Yeah, Doug, that's actually a sick question. We should ruminate on that, maybe.
Some nice self-reflection is necessary after all of this.
Yeah. I'd say.
Also, thank you, Robert Barrow, for the donation earlier that didn't read out, but I appreciated.
Must be nice.
Saying, well, yeah, there were 3 different authors. You know how much the sequel trilogy gets from having no actual plan? Legacy of the Force had 3 separate plans by 3 separate authors, and they got into arguments. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know how much they disagreed on the overall direction, but there's definitely, like, Karen Travis was gonna tell a Mandalorian story no matter what happened, and that's kind of just the way it's gonna go. Or is
I mean,
is Cad Venku dead?
Who?
Anyone that was a clone living on Mandalore, and
yeah, I was wondering that too, because like that's gotta have affected a few other people, right?
Yeah, because like Boba didn't go back home, Murda didn't go back home. But
I'm pretty sure they solve it in Fate of the Jedi though, or in Crucible.
did Cat
Sometime.
Okay. My low-key favorite part of Kieran Travis's books is that everyone suddenly becomes an expert in Mandalorian swear words. You have Luke calling people a fucking barv or something.
Yeah. Calling Boba Babuweir.
He would.
Everyone keeps calling him Bob O'Reilly. What's going on? Here in the field, we fought for our meals.
I'm trying to remember, were the Mandalorians so popular in that period?
I mean, there's
I don't think
always been
so.
this
Yeah.
underlying current of Mando wank, but
Like, was this after KOTOR or before it?
this was significantly after KOTOR.
After.
Yeah. So I think that played a role, probably.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably right about that.
Well, in KOTOR 2, the Mandalorians are like intentionally this like sad shell, right? Like Canderous is just this parody of himself almost.
But he's still kind of cool.
Mm. No one, you have Kreia standing there mocking you the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no one's cool in the face of Kreia. She'll call your deepest insecurity 10 seconds into a conversation. She'll be like, "Your nipples are showing through your shirts. You've got large breasts for a male."
Looked into the Force and I saw only that your diet had failed.
Pepperoni's under your shirt. Oh, no, the Force is not.
All right, and also from Joel, as we get to more of a wrap-up of the series. If the EU didn't reboot, do you think the post-Endor era could have bounced back from this with a soft reboot of some sort, or was it too late?
I mean, if they hadn't sold it, they would have just kept going, and if they had sold it, they would have had to reboot it anyway. I wouldn't have been, you know what? I wouldn't have been surprised if George Lucas, when he made the when he made his episode 7, 8, 9, if that ever actually was his intention, or if it was, because there's a possibility he was just doing that shit to sell it. I think he might have used some of the names. I wouldn't have been surprised if one of the kids was named Jason or Jaina. He wouldn't have used Anakin or Ben.
He wouldn't even retcon anything, right? Like, obviously he would retcon things, but he would not officially say that.
No, he would just assume. He's like, "Oh, there's
books. Which books?"
Yeah, he wouldn't have given that much of a fuck. Like the stuff that people complain about with the Clone Wars, like the post-Endor stuff would have been so much worse. Because at least the Clone Wars was confined to like a general framework of start at Attack of the Clones, end in Revenge of the Sith. So at most, you're ending up with like people in two places at once. There's some characters that died and then undied, and like whatever people feel about like it's never made sense to me that people think somehow if Dave Filoni wasn't involved in the Clone Wars, George Lucas would have been more true to the pre-existing material. Like the only reason we have those quotes about like the cannon bomb is because Dave Filoni understood enough about the EU to know what was changing. George Lucas did not and could not care. Like if there was movies that were going to be made, some kind of reboot would have had to happen, or it still would have been this like separate continuity thing, or it would have been an even bigger mess. If no movies happened, I don't know if the like how the book sales were doing, like if they were trailing off after Fate of the Jedi, but I don't think it was like inherently screwed. I think they just had to at some point commit to some core set of characters that were going to be the next guys, whether that was going to be Jaina Tirith.
I don't think they would have treated the legacy comic as canon. I don't even know if that was ever really intended to be. Like, I think one thing people don't realize, especially when they talk about like George Lucas, is like if you look at expanded universes outside of Star Wars, there's no like expectation that they are part of the same universe. Like there's maybe even more Star Trek books than there are Star Wars books, and they don't even try to maintain an internal. Like some of them are canon to each other, some of them are not. But like there's been tie-in movies and or tie-in books and comics and whatever for a long time. Like Star Wars is really unique in that it had like a proper expanded universe, and sometimes the movies did draw from it, but like not really a common thing. And what was it?
Why is that? Like, how did that happen?
I don't know. But even Halo for it, like Halo is another example, and Halo came out after Star Wars was the expanded universe was really popular. Bungie did not like the licensed novels, even though they're actually good from a lore perspective. They didn't see them as canon. Like in the Bungie games, there's one Spartan left. His name is Master Chief. He kills aliens and doesn't afraid of anything. And even obviously the books changed that. There's hundreds of Spartans and there's still dozens left by the time of the war. But if you read, funny, I was reading the manual for Halo 3 the other day. Even by that point, they're still saying he's the last Spartan. They didn't give a fuck. They openly hated it. Halo Reach full on ignores all the backstory they'd established earlier. And like it's a lot more common now where it seems like canon is king. Like if you put out a Horizon Zero Dawn book, people are going to expect that the next game follows it. But yeah,
there was more of that
Well, like-
idea by the time the Legacy comics were coming out. Like that was still only 2006 through like 2009, and I guess into 2013. So like there was more of an idea that like if they ever got to that point, they would have had to reconcile in some way. But Legacy of the Force and Legacy were coming out at the same time, right? So Fate of the Jedi was coming out at the same time as Legacy 2, I think. Like the second set of Legacy books, comics rather.
Yeah.
So like I don't think they would have completely ignored it. It's just I don't know who would have had to budge on their plans more. Because the Legacy comics took more of the NJO into account, which isn't just because they hated the Legacy books or something. It's because they didn't know what the books were going to do necessarily, which is partially how you probably end up with a character like Anya, who is questionably related to some of the Solos somehow, and how you end up with the Fell Empire, even though like Jag steps down. So they weren't 100% sure what was going to go on there.
I don't want to talk about these goddamn comics anymore.
But also, thank you, Ryan. The Andor finale is missing from Spotify, apparently. But it's on the thing. I uploaded it to Podbean. I don't know.
Should be on YouTube either way.
If the feed is missing it on Spotify, we don't actually control Spotify directly. We upload it to this like distributor thing that puts it on the other platforms, like the iTunes Store and Spotify. So I don't know if it's like missing from that, but like the back end has all the episodes together.
And you can always get them directly on Podbean as well.
Yeah.
Or they go to Podbean, Spotify, there's a couple others, but if you go to Podbean, you can find the distributor or the distribution sites rather.
And also thank you, Andrew, for the $5 saying Gundam has its various alternate universes, the main Universal Century timeline. Digimon's kind of similar, where they have the adventure timeline, and then you have the best one, Tamers, and you have some of the other ones. But
well, should we rate the book?
It is Kevin J. Anderson. I think Kevin J. Anderson and James Luceno have to get a lot of credit for really pulling the idea of a continuity into the books before anyone else really was.
Yeah,
like they were the ones that were most willing to reference stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Koi.
Yeah, because those books pull from the Thrawn trilogy, and it makes sense now, but like, didn't have to be like that. Again, look at Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing the Star Trek expanded universe is older, but like I think they're still releasing Star Trek novels, and the novels themselves have like multiple continuities.
Yeah, and like all the Star Trek actors really hate each other, so it's hard to get these projects together when you have the Next Generation and original trilogy.
Yeah.
But thank you, Koi, asking perhaps Paradise Snare soon. Maybe.
Sure.
All right.
Didn't we didn't do Paradise Snare?
We did the Han Solo trilogy. I think we did Paradise Snare.
Yeah, we did all
Which
three of
one?
them, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we do them all in one, I thought?
No. There's the other Han Solo trilogy that we didn't do, and I can't remember which one it is right now.
I think we did the early one, so maybe we didn't do Paradise Snare. Because Paradise Snare is the AC Crispin one. Like the later one that came out like we did the original Han Solo trilogy, I'm pretty sure.
All
Because
right.
we did, I remember I can't remember the name of those. I can't remember the name of them.
We did like At Star's End.
Yeah.
The
Hut Gambit. Or no, Paradise Snare. No, wait, that's
I think that's the other one.
we did the Han Solo Adventures.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay, so
weird,
we
because
did-
it's like before the EU.
All right, Ilkin,
Lost Legacy. Yeah.
do you have ratings for Revelation and Invincible?
Revelation?
You didn't rate Revelation
Okay.
or Fury. We need Fury, Revelation, and Invincible. You don't have to rate the other ones if you don't want to. If you don't remember them,
I
it's
don't.
fine.
I actually don't remember them that much.
Okay.
Revelation, I would say C.
Okay.
Because I didn't like it. Now that I remember, this one is B for me. The whole series is probably B.
B. You're going B.
B.
All right. For the whole
Yes.
series overall is B. All right. That kind of tracks with because you, to recap, since we are at the end there, and my internet is just fucking crapping out. Your ratings that we have, Betrayal.
Just say that I took the coward's way out.
You did Betrayal B, Bloodlines B, Tempest B, Exile C, Sacrifice C, Inferno B, Revelation C, Invincible B. So very, very consistent.
Again, I like the story overall. I think there's some fun events happening. I think it does move the story forward, the lore forward, but just so many missed opportunities to do it great.
I think I agree with that overall.
Yeah.
Justin, you have
Sorry, go ahead.
Betrayal B, Bloodlines B, Tempest B, Exile B, Sacrifice B, Inferno B, Fury B, Revelation A.
Well, I'm gonna keep the average at a straight B because we're going to a C for this one.
Right.
I really don't like the opening. The Roche opening is boring. There's just not a lot I like about this book, unfortunately. They fucked it at the wrong time.
Like there are some things that I find kind of egregious, like the Tahiri and Ben stuff. So actually I did Betrayal B, Bloodlines B, Tempest C, Exile B, Sacrifice D, Inferno, and then through Revelation all Bs. And I think I'm sticking with Bs. Like for me, the biggest thing, like Ilkin was saying, there's a lot of moment-to-moment fun. It's a fine like story in and of itself, but there are a lot of things that kind of stick out to me as like, why was this done instead of this other thing? Not just in like, oh, they should have used my ideas instead, but like the Boba stuff just really derails the opportunity for a lot of characters who needed more development, like Jane and Tahiri, to get it. Jason's kind of a jerk ass through a lot of it. I feel like
even putting aside everyone, like we don't get enough of Han and Leia.
Yeah.
Like they should be like central emotional to the story, but they are not.
Yeah, I 100%.
One
agree.
of their children is going to kill another of their children. It's insane.
Yeah. Like there's one offhand mention of, oh, the Yuzhan Vong would have thought this was neat. It's like, yeah, you guys spent the whole last 19 books trying not to kill each other. And now, as soon as the smallest obstacles come up, you're not there for each other. That's kind of fucked up, guys. But I'm going B, I think, for the book itself. Like it's a series that is worse than the sum of its parts, I think is ultimately what it comes down to. Like every individual book is fine, but as a whole, it's all like they're kind of pointing at the other ones saying like, oh, I thought you did this instead, and then no one did the important stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of where we're at.
Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us on this journey through Legacy of the Force. What should we do next week, Corey?
What do you want to do next week?
I don't want to read. I don't want to read. I said, don't.
All right. Well, how about comics? Are comics reading? Nice
Yes.
legacy comic.
I'm not dude.
I'm joking.
I'm not
I'm
reading
joking.
Legacy next. Okay. You legitimately fucking triggered me. That's a micro. That's actually bringing up the Legacy comics and not preparing me is a microaggression.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Not that. Don't worry. It's not going to be that.
Speaking of microaggressions, do you know what happened today?
Okay, let us know.
I have this Grogu toy. You press on his chest and it makes funny sounds, etc.
Mhm.
And my son was playing with it, and I was like, "Oh, do you like Baby Yoda?" And he's like, "This is Grogu."
Wow.
I
He knows
was
his lore.
what?
Dad, you fucking moron.
What?
I watched 2 episodes of Mandalorian with Graham today. He loves that show. Like, actually loves it.
As he should. It's perfect for the age group.
Is it?
I mean, kids love bounty hunters, right? That's why my nephews watch Dog the Bounty Hunter all the time.
I just know that Justin showed his kid the Revenge of the Sith when he was like 4 or 5.
I used
So-
to love Revenge of the Sith. He used to watch
At
it
this
almost every
point,
day.
I expect anything.
You know what's fucked up, Justin?
Hmm.
We have to go back from this point to read Junior Jedi Knights at some point.
I know. I've been thinking about that. I don't think we finished Jedi Prince either. Or
we
yeah,
did.
we did.
We did.
We did. Yeah.
I
Well, we didn't
I
finish
will
the
once
comic.
again suggest fan fiction. It's really not bad. I promise, it's really not bad.
I just don't have room for that
Galaxy
in
of
my life.
Fear is what I meant.
Huh?
Sorry.
What's that?
Galaxy of Fear.
Okay, Galaxy of Fear, yeah. All right, next week we should talk about.
When does the new Darth Vader book come out? Because we should do that.
Isn't it? It's
subsequently.
out.
Okay, well let's do Finished Visions for next week and then do Vader the week after that.
Okay.
How about that, bitch?
So that's the what's it called? Master of Evil.
I don't know. Master of Evil.
So Master of Evil by Adam Christopher will be our.
This is our what, third Adam Christopher book?
We did Shadow of the Sith, and I think that's it.
Didn't he do the Andor, well, not the Andor one, but the political one after?
No, that's
one that you
Alexander
really-
Freed.
Oh yeah, that was Alex Freed. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So next week, Visions Volume 2, the second half. Now that you have some extra juicy stuff to talk about for one of the animations.
I think we already talked about that. We already talked about that one.
Did we?
It was, yeah. Remember, it was the one by the I think we did, or at least I watched it. It was the one by the Indian company. It was like maybe we
maybe
didn't talk about it. I watched it, but maybe we didn't.
Okay. Well, that's what we're doing next week. Thank you for listening, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Ilkin. Making his return for Fate of the Jedi.
Fully. Because I like that one much better than this one.
I'm looking forward to it. I might start it soon.
So yeah, we're not going to be jumping straight into Fate of the Jedi. We're going to do
No.
a couple canon books. There's also Crosscurrent and Riptide to get through, which are.
I'd say maybe by March we'll jump on Fate of the Jedi.
You ever
I want
read
some
Crosscurrent
time.
and Riptide?
What?
Did you read Crosscurrent and Riptide in your read through, Ilkin? Have you ever read them, Justin?
No, I just skipped them.
They're
I thought no. I've never read Crosscurrent and Riptide.
they're fucking insane. I can't wait to do them.
You were explaining some of it. I know we've got Jaden Core, which
Yeah, it's insane. I'm excited.
We-
to
we-
go.
I know that
Still
there's a
haven't
bunch of
either,
time
Corey.
jumps. So from what I remember from reading very little, the first few chapters, they were insane.
There's clones of everyone. I love it.
well, we've got an X2 stream for anyone who wants to watch. It'll be fun, and otherwise, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, so head over to youtube.com/ECKSTOO. See some of you there. See the rest of you here next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.